Now to the left-hand side, we do have Tricked eSports going to be playing in the blue, of course, with Nappy playing Rehgar, Crosby on Jane, Alex the Pro G rounding out with the Arthas. We have Remaball on Diablo, and finally Eternal on his good old Zeratul.
To the far right, Fnatic, the red team, Schwimpy here on Tyrio, Wubby on the Ragnaros. We also have Brightwing down here with Smexy. Quacknix will be playing Tychus and Breeze. Using the Murd in here, he'll be the King of Hammers.
The King of Hammers. They already killed all the kings when it came to BlizzCon. Well, most of them. Let's see if they can just continue that trend.
All right, well, usually you have a bit of a clash in the middle. Both teams spread out and just go straight to the lanes. You can tell Fnatic is playing a little bit more serious, a little bit more reserved now. Maybe a little bit of unexpecting to lose that game they had last time.
Yeah, I think it's a nice place for them to be able to test out some things that they're not necessarily as conventional, though. You're 2 games up in a series, in a best-of-5, in a league format where games are still serious, but you have a padding, you have a cushion. So why not throw in a Nazmedan game and see how it goes if you can kill them? Good for you. You get points for Panache and Zaz. But if you don't, it's okay. You still got another life.
Gotta agree with you. And again, just looking at this battleground, we know that Zeratul is missing on the map, so Fnatic is playing incredibly safe. Ragnaros picking the top right, and these 3 in the bottom left. Now, they are wanting to set up a gank on Crosby. Watch for Breeze to jump in and hit the Stormbolt. If he misses it, this is not a kill. Nice job by Crosby. Being on the mount, if you ever suspect that a gank is coming your way, hit your Z button, play safe, and just wait for someone to show up on the map.
And be close to your gate, because oh boy, because when it comes to like the higher levels of Heroes of the Storm, just being at your gate sometimes doesn't even save you. You can see people sync up their CC so well that you will die under that gate. Towers are not the most safe of places sometimes when you're playing at such a degree.
Yeah, gotta agree with you. Rimmer and Eternal do set up on the right side. Crosby just uses Blizzard, so you don't want to go in for a kill quite yet. I was really wondering if Eternal thought Fnatic didn't see him, but he does blink away and pops on out. Now, Wubby versus Arthas here in this lane. Wubby, all he's going to do is just keep wave clearing. For the most part, if Alex the Pro G on Arthas is able to get on Ragnaros, you can actually do a decent amount of damage there with your Eternal Hunger and just move in and get the Howling Blast. So Wubby will play a bit safe, as that lane can actually be difficult if he is entrapped by a Howling Blast.
Yep, and we'll see how, all in all, it's going to play. It's funny that lane up towards the top. Alex the Pro G versus Wubby. Wubby previously being a Dignitas, and then Alex coming in to kind of fill his spot during all of that way back in the mid of 2016. And now they find themselves on very different teams.
Laning each other as well. Small world indeed in esports. Wubby keeping up the push on the top, and luckily for Fnatic, the tribute does spawn over here, so good trade-off for them. And Zeratul, Rehgar, and Jaina elect to not rotate up, and they go for a gank on Brightwing. The thing is there wasn't any feinted pressure from Alex the Pro G, so Brightwing just played safe. Because she said, all right, well, they're not moving in. We're getting the tribute for free. I just need to make sure I don't die. Nice hit the play by Smexy.
All right, so at level 4, we do have Biting Cold from Arthas, Alex the Pro G, just kind of giving you a bit more updates on his build, considering we don't get to see much more Arthas. So that's Frozen Tempest increases damage by 30%, or hit increases Frozen Tempest's damage by 30%. So he does like to go for this. Oftentimes you'll see him talent into that a little bit more as well to make Frozen Tempest even more potent against things like the melee, the Ragnaroses, the Muradins, and the Tyrials that are going to be clipping at his feet.
Yeah, generally helpful if you have more than 2 melees on the opposing team. 2 to 3, you usually want to go for the extra damage. And it also kind of indicates that at 16 you might want to go for Remorseless Winter, which if it procs a couple times, you get more damage off. You also get a stun associated, or a root. So something to think about as we go into the late game and get towards that 16. Now the next tribute does spawn on the top left, and all of Fnatic are already here. There is no Jaina to be seen.
They've created a great barrier, actually. And, oh, Smexy almost gets that as the channel was slightly interrupted there by Arthas. And we do have Eternal and Nappy on the left-hand side with Crosby looking to just breach that location. Icebound Fortitude at level 7 for Arthas gives them a little bit more sustainability.
The dance continues for both teams here. All 5 are here. We could potentially have a clash. Watch for Eternal. There goes the Peekaboo, though, from Smexy to reveal where Zeratul is, and he's forced to retreat. Everyone turns around, though, and starts applying pressure to Diablo. Schwimpy in the bottom left as well, as Alex Pro G does lead the engage for Tricked eSports, but nothing comes of it. And overall, Fnatic seems to be a bit healthier after that engage.
green ice flying forth from Arthas here with that lovely skin, and looking to try and delay, but not to be the case. Unfortunately for Zeratul, his bomb was a little bit out of range to even hit the person in front of Wubby channeling, never mind anybody else.
It's such a hard thing to coordinate flanks, but I like that Tricked eSport is doing it.
Yeah.
Fnatic just had a really good response. They had Diablo on the top left, and they also had Zeratul on the bottom right, and the idea was to concave in. But when Peekaboo came out, they revealed that Diablo was just a smidgen ahead of the flank that would occur. They all turned around, got Diablo down to a quarter health, and that's what awarded Fnatic that tribute. Small things like that can just be so rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. So taking the hard camp towards mid. That'll push on nicely for them. But you can already see Tricked eSports is playing this game well so far, despite being down a little bit on the tribute. The only slight problem is they absolutely have to contest the next one. The Bright Wing does almost take no damage.
Yeah, unfortunate. Alex Pro G misses the Howling Blast. Had that connected, that would be a kill. There was a follow-up with Zeratul on the way. They had the Howling Blast and Diablo engaged, but Brightwing is lucky enough to walk away with her life.
Coming in from every single angle here are Tricked eSports. Infernal takes a lot of damage. Alex the Pro G out the front, trying to slow them with his Frozen Tempest, dishing out a little bit of damage. Rehgar, though. Rehgar? Why are you called Rehgar?
Oh, did we have a DC on the support player?
Yeah, we might have a disconnect.
All right, a slight DC. We'll wait for him to reconnect. Obviously, with this being such an intense moment right now, we need to make sure that all of our players can be in the matchup. So they are in the middle of reconnecting, but so far, man, you could almost feel it in this game. There's some turmoil that we need to get through.
I like how we realized it was a disconnect before the players realized it. I'm like, why are you called Rehgar? What's going on here? That's weird. So yeah, good to see that they're solving their issues at least. We don't want... So that could have actually been a kill, and that would have been really sad.
Yeah.
Considering that they Tricked eSports is still in not a terrible position. Of course, they're down 2 tributes, but I think they can wrestle and jostle for this next one coming up.
Well, that would be the one lead they do have in the game gone, because they're slightly ahead in experience right here, so they're closer on the way to level 10. That kill happens and suddenly the game is evened up in Fnatic's in a major league because they're 2 to 3 tributes. We do have a tweet to look at as we wait for our teams to reconnect, so let's go ahead and see what you guys are saying about the HGC. Arthas appearing in the HGC. I love the draft already. Also, Alex is using one of the best skins in Heroes of the Storm. A pleasure to watch. I gotta agree, man, that Arthas skin is beautiful, man. I believe it was made for Taiwan, actually, in particular.
I mean, whilst we're on this this pause for the moment here, it's clear that HGC Europe has already geared up to show us the most diverse builds and diverse compositions across the board here in HGC. So I think people really need to pay attention to this region because it's not going to stop. There's still plenty more from these teams. There's going to be plenty of warriorette compositions with different supports mixed in there. Some great choices for our damage dealers as well. It's not going to stop.
All that's left is Murky comps. It's never going to happen. I'm never getting my Murky, man. Yeah, that's certainly a thing, and that's what I've been really enjoying as I learn more about this region. You know, the last couple of weeks has been completely eye-opening in terms of what you can do with different compositions. We'll see what our teams can do, though, as the entire roster is now reconnected into the match. Cursed Hollow, we're going to be having Tricked eSports trying to take on Fnatic.
All right, let's see where they've got to at this point. Looks like no deaths have occurred as we were off camera there for about 10 seconds, but they did get themselves the curse very quickly here. Did Fnatic off the back of it. It looks like Tricked eSports kind of had to regroup after the unfortunate little situation there. Fnatic has taken some good position now.
Yeah, in terms of the tribute spawns, Fnatic has really been lucky in the spawns. The first one, of course, is a little bit of RNG. From there, you can kind of figure out where it's going to be. But the spawn in the top right has just set them for a really good course. They got some value with the Giants in the bottom left, and from there, the rotation has just been on point for grabbing the tributes to grab all 3, and now they aim to move towards level 10. Now, Tricked eSports, again, slightly ahead in experience, push down that middle lane because they want to unlock 10 before the curse has swings so much momentum into Fnatic's favor.
It's going to be Avatar, Sulfura, Smash, Dragon Laser Drill, as well as Blink Heal, and finally Sanctification here for Schwimpy. And Brightwing's just sticking down towards the bottom, knowing that she can phase in whenever she pleases. So, and that's a little bit of a push, actually. That's going to cause a lot of damage unless they clean it up. Yeah,
the main thing there is while the push is good, you want to make sure you get the experience. One of the problems that a lot of players forget about is that when they actually curse the opposing team, the minion's going down to 1 HP is experience that you miss out on if you're not near when they're actually killed off. So Fnatic doing a great job of spreading out and making sure to be near all those kills just to keep their lead up.
Boss for boss, by the looks of things. Zeratul is slowly rotating up there, maybe? Or he's not even going to go. So he's not going to try and do anything crazy. That would be insane. So boss for boss is fine.
The game sense between these teams really showing how and what they know about the game. Ragnarok's already pushing the top lane, just knowing that, well, at least 4 members are down getting that boss. You normally have to have as many members this early in the game to take it out, and they will grab the fort.
Yeah.
If this becomes a race scenario, I feel like Fnatic would actually win it just because they have Ragnaros.
Yes.
So all of the blue team, Tricked eSport, has to move back and defend this, and Fnatic takes this pressure and pushes it all the way to the keep wall.
So we have Ancestral Healing, we have Frost Apocalypse, Void Prison, and Army of the Dead for the Lich King himself. There must always be a Lich King, otherwise the Dead would run rampant and destroy everything, which never made any sense to me. I thought that was the whole point of the Undead, just to break everything, but there you go.
Lore never makes sense, man. It's just how it is. It's written in stone. You have to deal with it.
Yep.
What? Eternal maybe getting caught out here, is able to blink away even with the polymorph, but there is a Tyrael flanking on the left side here. Smexy trying to keep him up. He tries to juke, but you can't juke 4 people. That's 8 legs.
That's basic. That's basic science.
That's it right there. You can't get away from them, man.
8 legs versus 2. What are you going to do?
Tricked eSports and Fnatic keeping up with it, but Fnatic starting to seem to find their swagger a little bit here. It feels like they've gotten a curse, they've gotten a couple of pickoffs already, and they're starting to rotate around the map more often.
Wait, was one of those members Ragnaros? Because Ragnaros with legs is not good.
Well, and Brightwing too. I was hoping that you wouldn't call me out on that, but you know, it's out there now. Dirty laundry. Just thrown out between casters here.
It's gone, it's gone. All right, well, Breeze and Wubby are going to have to back off from that moment. They're actually going on towards Shrimpy there for a bit. He does still have Sanctification available. All 5 members are in here, and it's going to even use Molten Core. Will he get Molten Swing off against any of them? No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh, Soulfire Smash! And the Runic Blast as well, killing 2 members, Jaina and Arthas. Both Frost, Queen, and King taken out of the fight here. All 5 members push down the structures as well, getting the turrets, and there's also a tribute to grab.
That happened in the flick of a switch. We can take a look at it again here to see how Wubby was able to do so much damage during all of that. So you can see as that goes down, Wubby instantaneously Molten Cores on towards that. Doesn't bother going for Molten Swing at all. He just put so much AoE damage onto that. Sulfura Smash was in the perfect spot to pick them up a double kill. And I think it was Runic Explosion that did the brunt of the damage there with all of his friends.
Good call, by the way. We had Breeze jumping in with the Stormbolt to stop Jaina long enough to get that Molten Swing into the follow-up kill. And while Nappy was on point with that cleanse, it was just enough to slow it down to where they could secure those 2 takedowns. You can see how the smallest of timings can be exploited here when you're playing at this level in HGC.
All right, so a little bit of a lull for now, though. And Angel's Grace at level 7 for Tyrael. A bit more of an uncommon talent to be taking there, but it does speed him up a little bit when he's using Eldraine's Might. So it's allowing Shrimpy to be in good spots. And imagine when, you know, he's using that and using Smite down the road as well. He's a speed demon. He's a Ferrari.
Yeah, it's actually very helpful to deal with Jaina too. If she does hit you with an Ice Lance or a Cone of Cold, you can still chase her and still apply a damage, just having those abilities available to you. Here we go. Another tribute has spawned. There comes the engage from Rimmer, jumping on Wubby. Wubby, though, with that Resilient Flame, though, that 50 armor. So powerful and so tanky, especially with Pixie Dust being here.
Ancestral Heal used on Rimmer Baller there, and Breeze is just going to have to move away for a moment. Another combination goes on towards Quacknix, manages to dash away from all of that. Breeze could easily Dwarf Toss away if he wanted. Missed Ice Bolt there from Crosby, doesn't quite connect. And that tribute is still up. They're still going to be challenging for it.
There's something to note here. There is still the Wombo combo up for the team. Void Prison, Diablo Apocalypse, and Ring of Frost. However, there is still Laser and Sanctification. So both are trying to get these heroics pop that are so impactful, but the heroic chicken just is not working out.
Tricked eSports, so unfortunate. Mr. Broside, our observer, shows what is so important towards the mid lane, which is this hard camp. And that forces them to retreat and give up that. Really unfortunate. They could have struggled over that for a little while longer before 16 was hit for Fnatic, especially since you mentioned they had the combo.
Tricked eSports just not even getting a tribute yet in this game. 12 minutes into it. Schwimpy goes for the engage, no holy ground, but enough to section off Arthas. However, the chase was not available. Smexy showing up now, rotating from the middle lane. 15-14 in score. Fnatic looking for a possible pick, but they have to be careful in this area. There's too many chokes where area effectability is going to be powerful.
It's like knock-on effects. I feel really sorry for Tricked eSports now, because what's going to happen is 16 is going to come along very soon, and this tribute could be even harder to get if, like, a little bit towards mid and maybe bottom was soaked, but I actually don't think they're going to get that quickly. So if Trick can take this very fast, then great. If not, that's bad news bears.
Yeah, gotta agree with you. Alex Proji goes in for the engage. He pops Army of the Dead, starts to heal up right away. The Blizzard goes out on the bush, but doesn't connect with anyone. Breeze does finally get thrown over Diablo's arms here. He's so strong and full of brute strength, but Breeze is full of health. Keeping up with the Stormbolt, there it is. Nappy low on HP. Breeze jumps out. Wubby keeping up with the poke. The Blizzard does connect, though. There goes the Sanctification. Here goes the Void Prison. There goes a laser, and there's the APOC.
Oh, perfect stuff there to time it out. Ragnaros ends up falling very quickly there, as he's going to end up trying to bring some damage on towards Alex the Pro G, and we will see Crosby as well as Nappy actually pushing on towards Breeze here with Eternal, and that should be a kill here for him. Nice stuff.
They're going to chase him around. He's going to do his best to use resistance here with the jump, but Breeze does accept that his life is over, pulls him away from the fight. Diablo showing up as well. Now the next play here for our teams. We see Fnatic already moving to the top right corner, realizing 3 people were on their Murd, and they use the time to grab a boss. At the same time, down the bottom left, Crosby grabbing their own.
Well, while these bosses get exchanged, let's look at that again, because that was absolutely important for Tricked eSports to win that fight. If they'd lost one member of their own, it could have been a curse. It could have been disastrous for them. But as this fight evolves on forwards, Breeze is taking a lot of damage. The setup, though, as they put on pressure towards Wubby in just a moment, as we will see that unfold here in a bit, means that they were able to force the Sanct and thus force the Void Prism to get great value here into that combo.
It was wonderfully done. The APOC and the Ring of Frost you saw there was the beginning of that, and they took out Ragnaros. Surprising they didn't get more. Nice escape from Fnatic. They finally did take out Murden later on, but man, what a back-and-forth fight. And you can see why we do talk about this heroic chicken, the Sanctification in the Void Prison.
Exactly. They played it so well. You have to bait out the Sanct before you go for that Void Prison. It's so important, but now a lot of damage going on towards Murden in the middle there. He was plagued by spells, so I could hardly see who it was for a moment, and that is going to be the Army of the Dead popped for Alex the Pro G, marching on forwards with strength. That's going to be the Sulfurous Smash! Arthas, you have no healing off your ghouls, my friend, as that is going to be Breeze in towards the backline. On Crosby here, still chasing for more.
And Breeze is keeping up with it, blocking Diablo, blocking Crosby. There goes the holy ground. This Jaina is going nowhere, being focused down. Wubby showing up. There goes a Meteor. There are multiple members killed off. Here is also a curse. What are you going to do, Tricked eSport? They take a keep. They got a boss. They're pushing for the win.
Yeah, this could be game here. Even Holy Ground to lock Remobola in. There's the Molten Swing for the stun. Nappa is the last one left here with Eternal on the left-hand side. Trying to slow this down as much as possible. Great ice block from Smexy to make sure that he stays alive against a little bit of that power. Diablo gets himself back in there, but it's not going to be for anything, as this core will fall. The Draken Laser Drill confirms it with the boss, and that is 3-1 in favor of Team Fnatic.
Fnatic ending the series in explosive fashion. What a wonderful way to finish it. They got a curse, they had a boss pushing, they took out Arthas, they had an amazing holy ground. Fnatic was not playing around near the end, and they take it 3-1 and will score the win for the standings.
Flick of the switch, just like that. What you saw there was, unfortunately for Alex the Pro G, having gone so far forwards and being absolutely brutalized by that Sulfurous Smash. Not in a front line. Not in a front line to rival that position. Snowballs from there.
All right, well, guys, that was an awesome series. We do have to apologize. We went a little bit over on time. We're going to get as soon as we can to North America and start checking out those games with Gillyweed and Dread. But thank you so much for spending time with us. That was absolutely fantastic. We're going to get Quacknix on the Skype here. We're going to talk with him and get a feel for what he thought about the game. So, Quacknix, whenever you are ready, man, we will chat with you. And I don't know what you want to ask him, but obviously we got a lot of things to jump in on.
Yeah, definitely. I want to know how they're looking at the season as a whole. They probably come in as one of the big favorites, along with Misfits, I would say. So, especially what's going to happen tomorrow, that's going to be cool.
I think we have Quack. Hello, Quack. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Hello, man. How are you? Congratulations.
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. How do you feel about that win, man? Walking away, first series of the HGC for you guys, and you get a 3-1.
Yeah, it feels good. Like, obviously, to just win the first series of the HGC is really important for momentum.
I want to ask you, there's a lot of questions we could have asked about this series, but I also want to kind of move towards tomorrow's game as well. You're obviously going to be going up against Misfits, and that's one of the highlights, really, of HGC to start things off. What are you anticipating for that, and how are you feeling going into tomorrow?
I feel confident, like, as long as we can get a hold of our drafts and, yeah, we bring our game. Like, obviously, if on a bad day, we can straight up lose. But, yeah, if we get our things and we play it good, I think we will beat them.
Okay.
So how is you and your team really handling this week in particular? Are you wanting to come out strong with a 2-0, or is it more of just, hey, guys, we're a pretty good team, we're going to ramp up throughout the weeks anyways?
Obviously, the ideal scenario is to win both, but even if we were to go down, like, even if we went 0-2, it's fine. Like, it's first week. Meta is still, like, in, what is it called? Like,
Flux.
it's not settled
Yes.
yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a lot of pocket picks, or, like, since the meta is not stable, everybody is, like, you can get surprised by anybody. So.
Awesome. Well, Quacks, do you have any shout-outs really quick? We actually have to head over to North America, but we want to congratulate you one more time. But please let us know if you want to shout out to anybody.
Not really.
Yeah, I figured this might be the case.
Awesome. Thank you, Quacknix, and congratulations, man.
Hold on.
Oh, and more. It's over your Sennheiser headset.
What a goofball. What a goofball. Thank you so much, man. We'll be seeing you tomorrow against Misfits, and we can't wait to check out that game. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll be getting ready for North America. Grab a snack. We'll be right back with more HGC. Higher engage that is occurring, and they want to turn. Alex Prochi low on HP. Here goes the windup. He is low on HP, and there goes Tyrael.
With Crystal Aegis gone, that means that Temporal Loop could be in effect here very quickly, and that's going to go on to Crosby. Combination, and he will die. Nappy came in and stepped into all the combo as well. They've done so well, killing off structures here and there. I think they may end up losing this Dragon Knight. It really depends, as that's going to be a Ring of Frost, and it doesn't actually catch Terratychus, but he takes a lot of damage. Crosby will end up falling. Fnatic
burrows in the immediate cleanse, but here's the Void Prison. Can they hold us here? The Mosh Pit follow-up, nicely done by Tricked eSports. Here comes the Global Annihilation, but it's going to do nothing here. 2 members are killed off. Breeze needs to get out.
From that Void Prism to the Mosh, there was so much damage done there by Tricked eSports. It was the perfect execution. Fnatic had to back off once they saw him there for a bit. He does still have Sanctification available. All 5 members are in here, and it's going to even use Molten Core. Will he get Molten Swing off against any of them? No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh, Sulfur Smash! And the Runic Blast as well, killing 2 members, Jaina and Arthas. Both Frost, Queen, and King taken out of the fight here. All 5 members does connect, though. There goes the Sanctification. Here goes the Void Prison. There goes the Laser, and there's the APOC.
Oh, perfect stuff there to time it out. Ragnaros ends up falling very, very quickly there, as he's going to end up trying to bring some damage on towards Alex the Pro G, and we will see Crosby as well as Nappy.
We Bronzebeards are known across the whole of Azeroth. My eldest brother Magni was king of Ironforge, wise and fair a ruler as ever been. And Bran, well, he's a renowned explorer, always finding secrets. Being written about in Explorers League Geographic. With brothers like that, I'd feel a wee bit overshadowed. If I didn't kick so much ass! All right, lads, line up! It's hammer time!
This suit would be my prison. Suits me just fine. Been called a lot of things. A renegade, an outlaw. Guilty as charged. Makes life exciting. You never know who or what will be on your side. So when the Nexus King called it, there was only one thing to say. Hell, it's about time.
Stitches want shame. Stitches want playtime. Stitches play too rough. No one play with Stitches. But Stitches found Nexus. In Nexus, everyone have to play with Stitches.